Hey, friends, thanks for joining. Let's begin seated. Just come into any comfortable seated posture. Sit up nice and tall, close your eyes. Let's begin to draw your awareness inward so you really notice how it feels to be in your body today at this time. And also begin to notice your breath. Start to feel your body breathe. Bring your palms together to Unduli Mudra and remember your sankalpa or your intention for the practice. Start to rub your palms together, create a little heat in your hands. Now, once you build some heat, you bring your hands, use your hands to massage your shoulders and neck. Have to wake up the old cervical area. Create a little more heat. Now use your hands to massage one foot, so to wake up all its little joints. And wake up your other foot. Good. Now stretch both legs out and mobilize your ankles a bit with some plantar flexion and dorsiflexion. Bounce out your legs, wake them up. And lean back on your hands, bend your knees. Let's continue here with some easy windshield wipers. So when you exhale, drop your knees to a side. When you inhale, bring them back up and go to the other side. Now for this one, remember a couple things here. Take plenty of weight on your hands so you don't feel any compression in your lower spine or your spine at all, really. And have your feet like the width of the mat. Have your feet about the width of your mat. Hold on here. Yep, and as you see here, you want your you want your knees to get as close to the floor as possible, maybe even touch the floor. To do that, your hip's going to need to lift up. So when your knees drop to your left, your right hip's going to lift up. When your knees drop to your right, your left hip is going to lift up. All right, great. And let's go ahead and cross your ankles. Let's come to all fours and continue here with some kneeling salutations. Let's also begin with Ujjayi pranayama now. So you're breathing through your nose, but hearing the breath softly move in and out of your throat. Inhale here, lift your chest and look forward. Then curl your toes under so you can exhale back to down dog. Then inhale back to your hands and knees. Extend your spine so your sternum moves away from your navel. This exhale, sit back into child's pose, tightening your abdomen on the way back. And now inhale, sweep your arms up, open the fronts of your hips. Exhale back into child's pose, and we'll begin that sequence again. Inhale to all fours, extend your spine. Exhale back into dog pose. Inhale, hands and knees, lift your chest, look forward. Exhale to child's pose, tightening your abdomen on the way back. Inhale, reach up, open the fronts of your hips. Now, of course, if it hurts your knees to do this one, you can always skip this part. Otherwise, reach up and then exhale back into child's pose. I'll talk us through that sequence one more time. Inhale to all fours, extend your spine. Exhale to down dog. Inhale back to your hands and knees, lift your chest, look forward. Exhale to child's pose. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale back into child's pose. Okay, go through that sequence a couple more times on your own, at your own pace. Making each movement one breath, but see if you could stretch the breath so it lasts a little bit longer than the movement does. All right, now the next time you're here in table pose, let's stop and do bird pose next. Bird pose is called Chakravakasana. So from here, you might want to bring your knees closer toward each other. And then if it's bothering your wrist to do this, of course, you could be on your fists as well. And from here, lift your right leg back and up. Lift your right leg back and up. Now, chances are when you did that, you kind of bent your left elbow a little bit and you're taking less weight on your left hand. Now, straighten both elbows and push both hands into the floor equally, spreading your shoulder blades at the same time. Spread your shoulder blades. Push the floor away. Keep lifting your right leg and take a few more breaths. Good. Now change sides. Left leg backing up. Once you lift your left leg backing up really high, push the floor away with both hands and spread your shoulder blades so you protract your scapulas. Great. Let's go back to the first side. Right leg backing up. Push the floor away, but now make a circular motion with your right leg. As you make this circular motion here, let your knee bend freely so you can make a big circle with your thigh and keep spreading your shoulder blades. Keep pushing the floor away and keep breathing. Good. Now go the other direction. All right, change side. Left leg backing up. Keep pushing the floor away. Spread your shoulder blades now. Circular motion with your left thigh. And reverse it. All right, great. Then back to all fours. Inhale here. And then let's just exhale. Sit back in a child's pose. Smooth out your breath again. Okay, now let's sit up. If it's comfortable, sit on your heels here. If this hurts your knees or ankles, of course, sit however you need to. And then bring your palms together and make a circular motion with your hands so you mobilize your wrists. When the backs of your hands are together, give a little pressure. And reverse it, go the other direction. Okay, now bring your fingertips to your shoulders, make big backward circles with your elbows. Now alternate sides, so you add a little twist. So bring one elbow. All right, then rest your hands in your lap and draw a circle with your chin. The chin down, then move your chin toward one shoulder. Lift your chin up, chin to the other shoulder, then down again. Then reverse it. Good. Let's stretch back to down dog. And this time in down dog might feel good to paddle your feet back and forth a bit and or shift your hips a little bit side to side. All right, good. Now, step your right foot forward to your right thumb. And then bring your left knee to the floor. And of course, if you need some extra padding under your left knee, throw a blanket under there or something, some kind of cushion. Then lift up and just rest your hands on your right thigh. Then from here, start with your right knee stacked over your right ankle. And then sink deeper so your right knee goes over your right little toes. Then knee over ankle, knee over toes. Try that a few more times. Continuing to warm up your hips and your ankle. Okay, now if you're just thinking about flexibility, continue with this one. If you want to add strengthening element, curl your left toes under and lift your left knee off the floor. And then softly bring it back down, lift it up. So of course you can keep your hands on your right thigh for a little extra support if you need. A little more challenging, a little more strength would be to not use your hands. Either way is good though. Just up and down, maybe 5 or 6 more times. Keep your balance, of course, as best you can. All right, good. Let's just stretch back into down dog. So we could change sides. So you're right here, left foot forward to your left thumb. Just bring your right knee down, lift up. And by the way, you should, in this position, you're kind of like in a kneeling 90-90 position. So you've got a 90-degree angle here, a 90-degree angle here, and a 90-degree angle here. Start with your left knee stacked over your left ankle, and then sink a little deeper so your left knee goes over your toes, and then knee over ankle, knee over toes. Try that a few more times. Check out this side. And if you want to add that strengthening and balance element, curl your right toes under, your back toes under, that is. Lift your right knee off the floor. Softly tap it down, real softly, then go back up. Like the first side 5 or 6 times, with or without the use of your hands. Okay, good. Now bring your hands back to the floor and step your right foot forward to meet your left. Have your feet, though, at least hip width. Have your feet at least hip width. And bring all of your fingertips to the floor, including your thumb tips. Now let's sink into the frog squat. So bend your knees, lift your heels, so you're on your toes and your fingertips. As you drop your hips, lift your head. Imagine you're a frog sitting up really tall. Okay, now, the next time you exhale, press your heels down and your hips up at the same time. And then repeat. Inhale, drop back into that frog position. And then as you exhale, press your hips up and heels down. And try that 5 or 6 more times. So remember, when you're inhaling, when you finish your inhale, actually, you're like a frog. When you exhale, you're in a forward fold. Keep your fingertips on the floor. So your legs might not get all the way straight. That's okay. This is a good way to build some strength in your quadriceps and some flexibility in your hamstrings. All right, great. Then let's come all the way up to standing. And let's take a few breaths here. Now, slide your feet together. Bring your feet all the way together. Once your feet are together, close your eyes. Just take a moment to find your balance, pressing down equally into both feet. Press down equally into both feet with your eyes closed. Let's take a few more slow, smooth breaths here. All right, let's continue working on our balance. So go ahead and open your eyes again. Focus then, your eyes that is, on one spot on the floor in front of you. The next time you inhale, sweep your arms up, lift off your heels, balance on your toes, bend your elbows and touch your shoulders. At the same time, and then repeat. As you inhale, sweep your arms up, balance on your toes, touch your shoulders. When you exhale, slowly lower down at the same time. Heels touch the floor, palms touch your thighs. Inhale, sweep your arms up, balance on your toes, touch your shoulders. Palms touch your thighs. Try that a few more times. Inhaling, so it lasts a little bit longer than the movement does. Okay, now keep going, but the next time you exhale, just lower halfway down. Inhale up. This exhale, go halfway down with your arms and your heels. Then inhale all the way back up. Now exhale all the way down. And repeat. Inhale up, balance on your toes, touch your shoulders. And then exhale halfway down. Inhale all the way back up. And now exhale all the way down. Let's try that a couple more times. Okay. And once you're down this time, just take a few normal breaths again. Okay. Now, keep focusing your eyes on that one spot on the floor in front of you, but lift your right foot off the floor. So you're just balancing on your left foot. Use your arms however you need to balance. Now, if you want to make this more challenging, close your eyes for the next 15 seconds. If you want more challenge, close your eyes for the next 15 seconds, but keep breathing. Okay, good. Bring both feet down and now change sides. Lift your left foot up. Find your balance, stand really tall. If you want more challenge, close your eyes. All right, good. Bring both feet to the floor again. Let's continue working on our balance, but also hip mobility. So what we're going to do now is make that big circular motion with one leg again, like we did when we were on all fours. But of course, it's going to be more challenging because we're balancing on one foot only. So this will be more challenging for sure because we're moving a body part while we're balancing on one foot. So feel free, if you know it's really hard, touch the wall. So if you're lifting your right leg up, I would have my left fingertips on the wall, just barely touching, so you know it's there. Then lift your right foot up. Now you can always try this without the wall, but again, it's going to be much more challenging. So right leg is up. Bring your right knee forward and up, in fact, and then bring your right knee out to the side. Now try to bring your right knee really far back in space as it goes down, and then bring your right knee forward and up, out to the side, and then back and down. Good. Keep going. Another, I don't know, 45 seconds or so, making a circular motion with your right leg as you balance on your left foot. Keep focusing your eyes and keep breathing. Now go the other direction. Same leg, but just go the other direction with the circular motion. All right, both feet down. So again, it's really challenging to balance on one foot when you move a body part. Balancing on one foot when the rest of your body is still, it's good. But when you add that movement component, it makes more parts of your core engage, more parts of your hip engage. So it's better for improving your balance if we're doing it like a dynamic balancing movement, let's say. All right, change sides. Lift your left knee forward and up. Find your balance first. And when you're ready, left knee out to the side and back and down. Left knee forward and up, out to the side, and then back and down. Big circle with your left thigh now. And go the other direction. All right, bring both feet back to the floor. Take a few normal breaths here in mountain pose. Find your balance. Smooth out your breath. Press down again equally into both feet. Okay, now here we're going to do that lunging again, this dynamic lunging. Um, it's going to challenge both our balance and our strength. So what I'm going to ask us to do is, like a moment ago, start with our right leg forward and up. I'm going to ask you to step back and do that lunge. So same thing. If you know it's very challenging for you, here's a couple options. If the balance thing is an issue for you, if I'm moving my right leg, I'm I'm going to have my left fingertips on the wall or like a chair or something. So I'm going to start here. I'm still touching the wall over here. I'm going to step back with my right foot, softly come down, and then stand back up. Again, really good for balance and strength. Another option, if balance and strength is an issue, then in this case, my left hand's going to be on a wall. My right hand is going to come to my left thigh. So I'll demonstrate here. Start here. I'll go down and come back up. That will help a little more with stability. And of course, more challenging would be no hands up and down at your own pace. Okay, so let's start the right leg forward, right knee forward and up. Use whatever kind of props you need. Then softly, slowly, I should say, take a pretty big step back with your right foot. Softly, though, bring your right knee down just to barely tap the floor. And then stand back up. And try it again. Use your hands if you need on your thigh. This is just for stability. You can have both hands on this left thigh too. Say a few more times. All right, good. Bring both feet to the floor. Take a few normal breaths. And then we'll change sides. Now, since your left leg is going to be off the floor, you might want your right fingertips on the wall. Start here. Step your left foot back. Softly bring your left knee down. Use your hands however you need. And lift back up. And continue. No need to rush. Of course, we have plenty of time. Okay, once it feels you've gone to both sides and equal number of times, bring both feet down and now just lean forward. Lean forward, let your knees bend at least a little bit, maybe a lot. In fact, bend your knees as much as you need to so you feel your abdomen resting on your thighs. And then cross your arms. Allow the weight of your arms and your head to decompress your spine. Smooth out your breath here. Okay, good. Let's stand back up. We're going to do one more standing balancing pose. One more standing balancing pose. Then we're going to put a couple together. So anyway, from here, it's going to be kind of like bird pose that we did earlier, but with one of our hands off the floor. And we're balancing on the other foot. So when I lean forward, I'm going to have one knee bend. Whatever foot stays on the floor, that same side knee is going to bend at least a little bit. So start now with in fact, you just watch me first in case you haven't done this one before. What I'm going to do is come into this pose here. So as you see, my left knee here is bent. It's going to be stronger if it's bent. My right leg is backing up like bird pose. My right fingertips are on the floor. And I'm trying to keep good extension in my spine, so I'm keeping a left space between my sternum and navel. My left hand over here is on my left hip, by the way. Okay, so we're going to come into this position. So if you haven't already, go ahead, lift your right knee forward and up, and then bring your right leg back. Lean forward, let your left knee bend, and bring your right fingertips to the floor. Anywhere on the floor is fine. Let your left knee bend at least a little bit, maybe a lot. Then lift your right leg back and up like it's in bird pose again. Just take a few breaths here so you get a little more extension in your spine by lengthening the area between your sternum and navel. Okay, now when you stand up, try to keep your right foot off the floor and come back into that first balancing pose. So your right knee is forward and up, right foot off the floor, standing really tall. Okay, bring both feet down. Take a few normal breaths, readjust. Let's change sides. So now, right hand to right hip. Lift your left knee forward and up. Find your balance here first. And then lean forward, bring your left fingertips to the floor. Let your right knee bend. Then once your left fingertips down, lift your left leg back up so your left leg is in bird pose again. Keep that good length between your sternum and navel. Again, right knee is bent. Okay, now stand back up, but don't let your left foot touch the floor. All right, both feet down. Okay, grand finale. Now, we're going to put those last two together. Actually, we're going to put the first balancing pose and the last balancing pose together. A lot of you know this one. I call it the dipping bird. I'm going to start here, the right knee forward and up. I'm going to lean forward, tap the floor with my right fingertips. Right leg back and up, and I'll stand back up to that starting position. So let's do this for a minute. If you feel really unstable, hold either pose for as long as you can while you breathe. And be near a wall again if you need to help with balance. So we're going to do it for 1 minute on one foot, as smoothly as you can. Ready? Lift your right knee forward, now find your balance. When you're ready here, lean forward and tap the floor with your right fingertips. Let your left knee bend. And lift back up. Don't let your right foot touch the floor. And next time you exhale, lean forward, tap the floor with your right fingertips. Let your left knee bend as your right leg goes back and up. Okay, keep going. As I mentioned, you can hold either one of those poses if you need to work on those more. If you feel like you have both those poses down pretty well, then just move back and forth between those two as smoothly as possible with a skillful use of your breath. All right, good. Then both feet to the floor. Take a few normal breaths. Let's change sides. So now, right hand to right hip, lift your left knee forward and up. Find your balance here. When you're ready, lean forward and tap the floor with your left fingertips as you let your right knee bend. Then stand back up without your left foot touching the floor. Just like the first side. One more time, make it a good one. Both feet to the floor. When you're ready, just lean forward again. Bring your hands down. Relax your neck. Let's just step back in a plank pose. And lower to the floor with control. And we'll just rest in crocodile pose now. It's a good spot to smooth out the breath a little bit more. Okay, now while you're down here in crocodile pose, bend your knees and then make a circular motion with your shins so you rotate your thighs again. And reverse it, go the other direction. Okay, let's do a half frog variation. Bring your right knee out to the side. So your right knee's at a 90-degree angle and your right toes point out to the side as well. And chances are when you do that, your right hip lifted up a little bit. So see if you can sink it back down toward the floor. And then lift your right foot and ankle up and down so you actively internally rotate that thigh. And ask your right foot and ankle to hover off the floor. Okay, bring your right down. And let's change sides. Straighten your right leg and bring your left knee out to the side so it's at a 90-degree angle. And then see if you can sink your left hip back down toward the floor. Now left foot and ankle up and down. And then ask it to hover. Okay, good. Bring your legs together again. Let's do the side scorpion. So now right arm off to the side with your palm facing down. Roll to your right and bring your left foot towards your right hand. Good. And then change sides. All right, great. Then back to the center. Let's come into Sphinx pose next. Elbows under your shoulders. And then grip with your hands. See if you can pull your rib cage forward away from your hips and create more length in your waist. And once you've done that, feel free to bend your knees, make those circles again. No, if this is too intense and bothers your low back, skip this last part. And reverse it. Okay, good. Feet back to the floor, hands under your shoulders. In fact, feel free to stay in Sphinx or lift into a bigger cobra or upward facing dog. Any one of those three are good. And last time into downward facing dog. And this time in down dog, hey, press your thighs back a little bit further. Okay, then come down to all fours. Just cross your ankles. Have a seat. And then lie into your back. All right, once you're on your back, draw your knees into your chest and make some circles with them so you massage your low back on the floor a bit. And go both directions. And now do whichever supine twist you enjoy. Whichever twist on your back that feels good. And then change sides. Good. Draw your knees into your chest. And even lift your head off the floor like you're curling into the small ball. Try to ball yourself up as much as you can. All right, let's practice tadaka mudra next. So stretch your legs out, reach your arms overhead, interlace your fingers, and use the strength of your arms and legs to really lengthen your spine. Tuck your chin, exhale all the breath out. The very end of exhale, suck your navel back so you hollow out your abdomen for a second or two. Then relax, inhale, and repeat. Exhale all the breath out. Then all three bandhas, emphasizing Uddiyana bandha, so it feels like you hollow out your abdomen. Let's try that one more time. All right, now relax your arms and legs and take a minute to do whatever it feels like you need to do to make yourself super comfortable for Shavasana. Now let's get really comfortable. Now, once you have settled in, really allow the floor to take your body weight. Allow your upper and lower rows of teeth to separate and feel your tongue widen inside your mouth. Soften your eyes, even release your breath so you're not shaping it or controlling it more. Just observe it here and take a few moments to watch your navel rise and fall on each breath to help integrate body and mind. Now shift your awareness so you begin to feel the breath rising and falling through both nostrils. Become really aware of the sensation the breath is creating as it's rising and falling through both nostrils. And then also notice if the flow of the breath is stronger through your left or right side. So notice if your left or your right nostril is more open, more active. Once you've noticed which nostril feels more open, draw your knees into your chest and roll to that side. Roll to the side of the dominant nostril, and then stand that side using your bottom arm as a pillow for a moment to allow the nostril flow to balance out. All right, now begin to work your way back up to seated and back into any comfortable seated posture. Once you're sitting nice and tall, close your eyes again and just do a little movement with your torso side to side as if your spine was a blade of grass and there was a gentle breeze blowing it side to side. Make it a really subtle movement though, so if I were to look at you, I might not notice you're moving, but you feel your spine gently sway side to side. All right, now come back to the center and practice keeping your body perfectly still, but keep all of your awareness in your spine. Have so much awareness in your spine that it feels like it's full of energy. And over this next minute or two, if your awareness drifts away from your spine, that's okay. Just do a little movement again until you can feel it. But once you do feel it, come back to the center. Practice keeping your body perfectly still, spine full of energy. All right, now let's continue with pranic mudra. Make a triangular shape with your hands and then touch the floor with your fingertips. Now, if you're sitting up on a prop and you can't reach the floor, that's fine. You can touch your ankles, whatever is there. Just touch something like the floor to help ground. Think of this as very grounding, touching the floor. And as you do that, mentally say the name of the first chakra 3 times. Muladhara, Muladhara, Muladhara. The first chakra is associated with the earth element. So again, very grounding. Now, as you inhale, begin to bring your hands up the front of your torso. At some point, you'll need to separate your thumb tips, so just your fingertips are touching, probably in front of the third eye region. Then you'll even separate your fingertips, so at the very top of inhale, your arms are in a Y shape. And then you just reverse it. When you exhale, bring your fingertips to touch again in front of the third eye region. Keep exhaling your hands down until you can make that triangle shape again. Very end of exhale, touch the floor to reground. Mentally again, you'd say Muladhara, Muladhara, Muladhara. And keep going at your own pace. So you inhale when your hands move up, and you exhale when your hands move back down. And by the way, when you do reground and touch the floor, mentioning the name of that first chakra 3 times, there'll be a short pause or suspension of the breath, just for a second or two. Now keep doing this gesture with your hands on the breath, but also now bring your awareness back into your spine. And when you inhale, your hands move up, but also move your awareness up your spine. When you exhale and your hands move down, move your awareness back down your spine. So you're working from the inside as well as the outside now. Now, the next time your hands are down, keep them down either in your lap or on your knees, whichever is more comfortable. So the outside of your body remains still. However, continue moving your awareness up and down your spine each breath. At the end of exhale, when your awareness is at the base of your spine, still say the name of that first chakra 3 times. And still do that short pause of the breath just for a second. Then relax all effort. Bring your palms together back to Anjali Mudra. And take one last moment to enjoy the peace you've created through the practice. So to create a little more heat. Once you build some heat this time, rest your hands over your eyes. Feel that heat moving in, recharging your senses. Take one last slow, smooth breath in here. When you're ready, open your eyes. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed class. Have a fantastic day. And I hope I get to see you again soon.